down there for a second because of the storms that have been going on in North America over the last couple of days. Definitely having a little bit of internet connection issues. It might have been the host or it might have been myself. I do apologize about that, but we are back on now in TCR Season 10. This is Platinum class, and we are back on lap 6 of 28. So we only really missed about a lap and a half there, but I really do apologize about that. It looks like some people have decided to pit now. Let's take a look. Yeah, Sequid and Sean have both pitted. Seafreeze, Fike, 007, and Tasmanian Devil have all made their stops, and it looks like they have gone on to Sequid, hard tires, Sean, medium tires, Seafreeze on the hard as well, Fike on the medium tires. So a little bit of a mix of strategies here, Fabregas.
Yeah, I do have a mix of strategies. I'm not quite sure what's going to go on with the front runners here. I think 6, 7, 8 laps is probably the right time to come in and pit and get off your soft tires and water bottle. However, at the same time, if you can maintain those for another 7 laps, 8 laps, 9 laps, it could be beneficial to put on the hard tires and only do a one stop. But we've just seen Chatty Duck, Kersey, and a couple other guys come into the pits right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how the guys that started in 5th place and beyond put on the medium tires, especially TCR Breezy, who is doing a great run here on his medium tires and is probably going for a one-stop, going to put on some hards, and continue on. So really, really interesting how these drivers are making their pit stop strategy. We did have somebody start on the hards, but really right now we got to talk to Sequid and look at him in that Mercedes. He's been doing great. He started on pole. He's done his stop already, put on the hard tires, and really sitting in 6th place right now. So everybody in front of him has not pitted. So that's going to be who we are put on to first at the moment. That's how I feel, and that's what I think. But the hard tires around here for another 21 laps, that's going to be difficult to manage.
Yeah, and huge apologies again for the stream cutting out, but we are back on lap 7 of 28 here in China for round 2. And this is Platinum class, and there is quite a bit of battling going on now. Fike is just overtaken End of the World for 10th position, so he's moving up through the positions now. In front of him, Seafreeze and W are getting very close to each other. There goes Seafreeze round the outside of W and up into 8th now on those hard tires, but he's making very quick way of them. And now Sean and Damaso are battling together, and Sequid is just right there within the reach of Sean. I'm sure he wants to clear Damaso as quickly as possible so he can get back up into the overall sort of lead of this race here right now. Damaso is still keeping up with Sequid. He's going a little bit wide there. Oh, they almost make contact through turns 1 and 2. Now they do make contact through turns 1 and 2. And now they're going into 3 and 4, and down the inside Sean goes on Damaso, fighting for 6th position. Oh, they touch wheels again. Yeah, they touch wheel again, and they're still fighting. They're still alongside each other. Oh, and now Sean locks up, and that gives a... Oh, no, that doesn't give the chance back to Damaso. But I was going to say, that was going to give the chance back to Damaso to try and get up his inside again and fight for that position. But for now, Damaso is down to 7th. Sean up into 6th. Sequid right in front of him in 5th position, and only within a second of him. So he's going to have the DRS on him. A good position for Sean to be if he wants to fight for the overall lead of this Grand Prix here tonight. In front of them, GTR Lion, who has not pitted yet, and Breezy, who has not pitted yet. Those two guys are battling very, very hard right now. They're getting closer and closer at each other, just cutting each other's times a little bit. Oh, and now TCR Breezy had to slow down for KGB Black Angel in front of him quite a bit, and that gave GTR Lion quite a bit of a run up on him. He had to slow down there and had a little bit of a lock up, but held it all together, and now he's got the DRS on Breezy. Breezy's got the DRS on Black Angel. The top 3 guys who have not pitted yet right now are fighting it out at the front. Behind them in 9th, Seafreeze is trying to make his way through FYKV. He's very, very close to him now. He's within the DRS. He's not using his DRS on this occasion on the start-finish straight, but into turn 1, he is closing in. Sometime is he going to think about going down the inside? No, he doesn't on this occasion.
Yeah, on those hard tires, I think it's going to be really, really difficult for him to overtake on Seafreeze, especially going into sector 1. finishing it off on in turns 1, 2, and 3 here. But another thing I want to mention is, Sequit already has pitted, went on the hard tires. He is catching up to all those guys in front of him on those medium tires. They still have to stop. So it's going to be interesting to see how this whole race plays out with strategies and pit stops. Another thing I would like to mention is tire strategy around here. I don't really particularly care for the hard tires, but it does look like people are exceeding track limits just a little bit, and it's a little bit unfortunate. And one other thing I would like to say is that, you know, anybody that's going to lock up with their front tires, I really enjoy that, because that means I know they're not using ABS, and there should be no assist on anyway. So yeah, again, these guys are running with no assist. There's no track line on. There is absolutely no assist going on with these guys, and this is the cream of the crop here. And yeah, if anybody thinks that they can do faster, then yeah, you need to pit yourself against these guys right here. It's almost like a going to be faster than anybody else that I can race with.
It's almost like a replay of last night's race. It's already turning out to be almost exactly the same. A few guys locked into battles in different points on the track. Oh my goodness, there, GTR Lion almost losing the car. That was very close to disastrous there. But Breezy he's been very, very close to Black Angel, but he just can't overtake him, and I'm not sure what's gonna take here. Sean is now trying to make a move on Sequit, who's closing up very quickly on Mick Marcotti as well. This is turning out to be very exciting in the mid sort of stages of this race. We're only on lap 10 of 20 through it, and there's already quite a bit of excitement going on straight from the start. Now Sequit's got a really good run on Mick Marcotti as they're coming into turn 11 and 12. And let's see, he's got to get a good run here. Mick Marcotti goes a little bit wide. There goes Sequit down the inside of turn 13. Mick Marcotti drops a position, but he is going to have the DRS possibly here. No, he does not, so he has to use his overtake. And then side by side now with Sean. Sean is going to go for the overtake around him too. There he goes. Is he going to think about diving up the inside of Sequit? No, he doesn't. Tucks in behind Sequit into turn 14, and they're going to go at it maybe on the next straight. Mick Marcotti loses 2 positions. Breezy has now come into the pits from his medium tires. We're going to watch for what he's going to put on, but Sean is now within DRS of Sequit. This is pretty much the fight for the overall lead of this Grand Prix right now, even though they're going to be on different tire strategies at the end of the race. But Sean and Sequit were leading the Grand Prix before they came into their stops, and now they're already in third and fourth. Oh no, Sean spins out on the exit of turn 4. He's got to go around. He loses a position there to Mick Marcotti. Now he's going to lose a position to the Masso. He's going to have to rejoin on the track very carefully, but he's going to drop down all the way to 10th place. That is very unfortunate for him. Fike has made his move on the Masso as well in the meantime and moves up to 5th position now. So Sean there is going to have a lot of work to do to get back up through the positions again.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Nelsie and everybody behind them. But I mean, to me, it looks like Sequit is in control of this race. He's already made his stop. He put the hard tires on, and if he feels he's confident going around China, he looks really, really fast on those hard tires. But nobody in front of him has pitted yet, and they're going to have to, and put on a different set of tires. He's got Mikarote right behind him. If I'm saying that right, I'm really sorry if I missed my pronunciation. He's the only one that's really, really fighting it at the moment. But we're going to have to see people pit. That's Black Angel into the pit right now. GTR Lion has not pitted yet. But when it comes to Sequit right now, I mean, he's dominating this race, and I can't say that he doesn't deserve it.
But I'll tell you what, Seafreeze has just made up 2 more positions. Nelsie has just made up a position on Kersey. They're just making up positions left, right, and center now. Black Angel's in the pits. Sean is in the pits again. I'm not sure why he's going into the pits just after 6 laps on those medium tires. I think he's switching up his strategy now that he's overheated him and had that half spin. Oh, somebody else almost had a half spin. That was Kersey. So some people are really struggling on those hard tires here once they've made their stops.
we definitely need to talk about those half spins and losing the rear end. And if you spin out, your rear tires are going to get well overheated. And then trying to get the power down coming out of turns, especially in Platinum League where there's no assist. There's absolutely no assist whatsoever, which is much appreciated. Yeah, trying to get back on track, whether you reset the track or not, I think you shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to hit the reset the track button. But at the same time, if you try to get back on track, your rear tires are going to be gone after you spin. So you really need to manage them, and you can't put the power down so fast because you're going to spin if you do. But right now we've got GTR Online, who has not hit yet. We've got Sequit right behind him, who's welcome to first. Should come out in first as soon as GTR Online does pit. But I mean, even with LAS Makarote right behind him, who has not pit, looks like we're going to see a little bit of pit stops here and there. But it's going to be interesting to see how these hard tires and medium tires hold up, and anybody that's starting on the medium tires, it's going to go on the soft tires. It's going to be also interesting to see how they can make up time.
A move here, a nice move here from Nelzy around the outside of turns 1 and 2. He's going to try and take the position away from Seafreeze, but Seafreeze is doing a pretty good job of defending here. Now he's going to defend around the outside into turn 3 and 4, and Nelzy maybe gets the position up into 4th place. Goes Nelzy. Seafreeze down to 5th, and that's going to be a little bit of his hard work undone. Now he's got his own teammate Kersey on the same strategy, on the same tires, right behind him. And that is definitely going to beat on Seafreeze's progress later on in this race. Although he's only doing the one stop, he is already almost 8 seconds behind the leaders. So this is definitely going to hurt for him. And now Kersey is going to put the pressure on his teammate here. Kersey, of course, after what happened to him last week in Bahrain under the safety car, getting a 5-second penalty for making contact with Sean. Sean obviously came out really worse out of that one because he broke off a major piece of his front wing and had to pit and had to change his strategy and finished way below where he was supposed to. But Kersey definitely lost the win just because of that 5-second penalty, and Seafreeze's teammate got to keep the first step on the podium. But here tonight, this could possibly change, and Kersey is trying to make that change right now as he's closing in on his teammate.
Yeah, this could all change, especially with the pit stop strategy. We have not seen Marcote, whatever his name is, he hasn't pit yet. So people are going to move up just a little bit, but on those hard tires, I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's me, I really don't like the hard tires around here, but if these guys really want to take them, and it seems like a lot of drivers have decided to go for the one stop and put those hard tires on. If we do see a safety car and we see a different strategy present itself, that's going to be really, really interesting to see. But a lot of guys are on those hard tires, they're all on the same tires, they pit pretty much at the same time. It's going to be down to strategy right now. Who's going to come in, who's going to pit, who's going to put on the soft set of tires and go the rest of the way. We're going to see that maybe in the next 10 laps, I'm guessing. But yeah, really interesting. We're halfway through the race here in Shanghai, and most of the drivers have already pit, and they're on the hard tires. So pit stop strategies are going to play a role here, and who pit first, who pit last, who got the overcut, who got the undercut, and who's going to not wear. If I have one lap of hard tires less than the guy in front of me, I'm going to push real hard. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys play it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are now pretty much halfway. 14 laps through 28. We are exactly halfway through the race. And we have about 10 people watching the stream right now. I want to throw out a huge thank you to everybody who managed to come back onto the stream after we had our unfortunate disconnect. Huge thank you to all of you guys, all of our viewers. You guys are the best. And some good things coming in the comments as well. Bam Bam is saying that we are the best in the business here for getting the stream back up very quickly. Thank you very much, Bam Bam. I tried my best, but unfortunately with the storms going out all around us right now, it's a little bit hard. I know that some people were worried tonight that they might not even make it. I know Seafree said that he had a major power outage for most of the day today and just got power back a little bit before the race started. A couple of other people were saying that they cannot make it. So very unfortunate. I hope
there's definitely a few things going on in
Yeah.
the world right now. Whether you live in Europe or you live here in the United States, where we're broadcasting from, I do believe, or Canada. We had a big storm hit Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Big hurricane came through the Gulf Coast, and so I mean that's definitely gonna matter to things. I live here in Virginia. Obviously, we get storms every night and day, just because that's where I live, and that's just how it works. The geography of everything, that's how it happens. Also, some other things go on and off. As far, and let's not forget that things in the world right now, especially here in the United States, in the northern part of the states, with Chicago and Michigan, and the shootings, and the rioting and stuff like that. So everything's really weird right now, and we definitely don't want to take away from that. But what we want to do is we want to talk about racing, and we're all here and we're all racing. We've got 17 drivers here and 2 commentators, and that's what we want to do.
And just want to say that I hope that everybody who did make it into the race or who didn't make it into the race tonight, I hope everybody is safe, everybody is well, and yeah, just stay safe, stay well, and this is what we're here for, to lift your spirits up with a little bit of racing, especially in a place like China, because of course we are not going to be going to China in F1 2020. We are not going to be seeing that in the real world, so all we've got is this Grand Prix pretty much in TCR, and Season 10, an anniversary season, is gonna be very exciting. There's some special events coming up later on, but at the moment we are in round 2 in China. Sequid is leading the pack by 6 seconds over Mick Marcotti in second, Fike 85 in third by 1.7 seconds behind them, Nelzy in fourth. Seafreeze is trying to close up on Nelzy right now. He's only a few tenths behind them in fifth, and his own teammate Kersey is right behind him as well. And this has already turned out to be one hell of a Grand Prix here. Sequid, of course, last week had one hell of a run. He qualified on pole position. He had a massive lap. It was just incredible to watch him do that one. And then, unfortunately, had a little bit of a very unfortunate incident with Fatal. Fatal spun out, came back onto the track a little bit dangerously, and nudged Sequid, broke his front wing. He had to change his strategy, go back into the pits. But then a second safety car, we had 2 safety cars in Bahrain in Platinum Class last week, and the second one really turned things around for Sequid. He managed to finish on podium in second, and that was a very good performance from him, and currently leading this race. So as long as this race stays under green conditions, this is looking very good for Sequid, as we've just watched Seafreeze. Oh no! Seafreeze was trying to overtake Nelzy, but then they touched together. I think Seafreeze thought that he's cleared Nelzy, but he didn't quite do that. Nelzy was still there, and Nelzy lost a position due to all of that. And now he's down to 6. Now he's lost another position as Chatty Duck is trying to overtake him around the outside into turn 10. Wow, this is already turning out.
I think that was pretty harsh on Nelzy there. I think, I think he was just maintaining his outside position, and I guess Freezy didn't realize he was there, maybe? I don't want to call anybody out, or, I'm not a steward, I'm not any of that. So I just wanted to make sure that I make my point known. I just think that was, something that was kind of weird and kind of strange. I don't think he should have done that, so that really put Nelson off just a little bit. But I know Nelson's a great driver. He's really, really fast, and so he's going to put his head down, and he's going to continue on and maybe make up a couple spots. But looking back into it, we do have a bunch of great battles going on in this race. We got TCR Breezy really trying to hit up on TCR Freeze at the moment as he dives down on the inside of turn 1. He's not going to make that happen, so let me take it away.
Oh my goodness there. Nelzy trying to do around the outside of Chatty Duck and gets the inside into the next car, but makes contact with the back of Chatty Duck's car. They both are going to lose time because of that, and that was a little bit ambitious there from Nelzy Baby, but I know he's really fighting for it here tonight as well. He wants to make his mark on Platinum Class in Season 10. Last season, Nelzy Baby did very, very well. He came over from Silver Class. He was P5 overall in Season 9. He had 2 wins, 6 podiums. He did miss 3 races and had 2 DNFs, so there was definitely more potential for him to unlock more performance from himself in that season. So now now moving up all the way to platinum class from silver in the off-season, doing an incredible job of being able to qualify on the same pace as everybody else. And now he is showing his, he's putting his elbows out in this class and showing what he can do.
Yeah, definitely showing his potential. I mean, if he can move up from silver class and or gold class and then move up to platinum class and you would consistently finish in the top 10, you deserve to be there. There's a reason we see TCR Breezy, TCR Freeze, you know, TCR guys sitting here in TCR League because they consistently can't do it. But Fike has had such a phenomenal race. Looks like he's coming into the pit right now again. Gonna put on that set of softs, I'm believing. Maybe try to get a fast lap out of it. We're gonna hope that he is. But Sequit again, I mean, just a dominant performance in that Mercedes. Going with the soft tires, qualifying first, and then putting on the hard tires, and really not missing a beat here, and really making those hard tires work for him. Got about 9 or 10 laps to go. Really feel like Sequit has deserved the driver of the day recognition, just because he's done it. He knows his track. He's saved the softs and put on hards, and he's made the strategy work in that market.
Yeah, he stayed out of trouble as well. He's timed his pit stops very, very well. He's opened up a good pace. He's 10 seconds clear of Kersey, and what we missed out on there is Kersey somehow moved in front of his teammate, in front of Seafreeze, running in second now, but those 10 seconds to Sequit, they keep on growing as well. I don't think that's going to change unless we have a late safety car that might change things around, like it did here last night for the golden class. Now, though, there's a little bit of a train forming from Breezy, from Seafreeze, Chatty Duck. Oh, there goes Breezy down the inside of Seafreeze into turn 14, and he takes away third now, away from Seafreeze. Seafreeze gonna fight him on the next corner. No, he doesn't. He's gonna tuck behind him. He's gonna use a DRS. He has no ERS left, though. He's down to 3.21%. He's got absolutely nothing now. Going into turn 1, he's not going to be close enough, so Breezy is going to keep that position for now at least. Now Nilsy is going to be thinking about moving up some positions across Chatty Duck and Seafreeze as well, as it looks like maybe Seafreeze is starting to struggle on those hard tires.
Some of these hard tires are going to start wearing out. We've got a couple guys on, with it on 13, 12 laps of these hard tires. I think they're going to wear out just a little bit. We saw somebody go wide into turn 16 there, out of turn 16, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys manage these hard tires for the rest of the race. Just like Kersey is, he was 10 seconds behind. Now he's exactly 10 seconds behind, but I did see it dip below 10 seconds. He is still on those hard tires. I think Scott Walker's going to have to pit again with those medium tires. I don't think he can take them to the end. Looks like TCR Breezy, though. 8 laps on those hards, sitting in 3rd place right now. I think he's going to have the best tire composition going into the end of the race. So maybe we'll see him move up a position or two, or at least make up a couple tenths, a couple seconds here and there.
Nilsy Baby is making a move on the back straight on Chatty Duck, but Chatty Duck has really good front line speed right now, and he's going to try and fight under braking as they go into turn 14. Nilsy Baby, though, moves up ahead into 5th possession. Chatty Duck down into 6th, and now 007 Skywalker might be thinking, I want to move up some positions here as well. I've got DRS on Chatty Duck. They're DRSing each other. They're going to keep on battling, and I'm going to keep on trying to close up. He also has Go-To Guy on his tail, so this needs to work out for him here if he wants to take up some better positions at the end of this race, though. But wow, we are having some incredible fighting. Fike85 has just put in the fastest lap of this race, 133.8. Very, very quick. These guys are definitely controlling this race, and we were thinking that he would go onto the soft tire, but actually he went onto a medium, so playing it a little bit safe here, but I think that might really work to his advantage in case that nothing happens, in case that the safety car does not come out, in case we don't have any major incidents and the race stays as it is.
Well, I have to say, we haven't had a safety car. I don't even think we've had a virtual safety car here in this race, which is kind of unusual for here at Shanghai. But what a great, fantastic race we have had. People have pretty much gone with the one stop, start on the softs, go to the mediums. A bunch of people started on the mediums and did a two stop. So it's going to be interesting to see how they maintain, like 07 Skywalker. Again, Nicarante and Fike, again, he's got, one lap on those medium tires. He's going to maintain another 6 or 7 laps on them till the end. Let's see how he can progress through what looks like go-to guy.
Oh no! Go-to guy missed his braking point completely and is smashed into the back of, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was 007 or somebody, but he is going into the pits now, almost overrunning the pit straight and going now into the pits to replace his front wing. That was very, very, very late braking from go-to guy there, and unfortunately that is his chances of podium here completely erased, completely gone, unless there's going to be a safety car, which we were just talking about. There's a very low chance of that happening now, unless somebody does something stupid towards the end.
Yeah, I don't see a chance of a safety car coming out right now. Looks like go-to guy, I mean, obviously he's in the pit, he's going to have to change his tires, going to have to change his wing. Tasmanian Devil sitting in 13th place. 17 laps on those hard tires. Again, 07 Skywalker. 17 laps on those medium tires is what it looks like to me. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how they do it. It looks like TCR Breezy probably has the best chance overall to make up time. But again, Sequit and Kersey, 15, 14 laps with those hard tires. They are in a commanding place at the moment, both of them. With their gaps to the guys behind them. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Again, I've raced with Tasmanian Devil many, many times. I know how fast he is. So I just love having watched everybody around here and seeing one of the fastest guys I know really, really struggling and sitting in not even in the top 10. So just goes to show how fast people can be on this game and what it really boils down to. So strategy really, really matters. Looks like Sequit is definitely moving forward really, really fast in that Mercedes. What a beautiful car that is. He's got almost 10 seconds on to Kersey with TCR Breezy. Only 2 seconds behind third place there, making sure he's going to commit to a podium.
Yeah, and I'm watching as GTR Lion is now trying to make a move on KGB Black Angel through turns 3 and 4. Let's see if that is going to work out for him. Not on this occasion. He's going to have to stick to the back of that Williams and try again somewhere on a better overtaking place. I mean, around China, there aren't too many good overtaking places. You sort of have to create overtaking opportunities yourself and just drive cleanly, watch until somebody makes a mistake, and then pounce. Pounce on that opportunity, take it, because you're not going to get another one. It's very hard.
Absolutely. This track is really, really hard to overtake. There's not that many opportunities. You do get a couple DRS zones, you get a couple long straights, but if you miss your opportunity going into, let's say, turns 14 and 15, turns 10, 11 here, into turns 13, if you miss that opportunity, just like now we're just talking about GTR Line.
Oh, somebody has gone off there.
So he was trying to make a move to GT Black Angel. I did think he wanted to send himself up to make it
Skywalker and Chatty Duck battling into turn 14, and no, Chatty Duck is going to keep that position, or he's going to overtake 007 into 6th place.
Yeah, I mean, a great lap from that list. I think 007's medium tires are really, really running out. You can't really... When you're going through the fast corners here, especially in the turns 5 through 9, it's really tough to keep your medium tires in position. Hard tires, they're not going to wear quite as fast. But the medium tires with those high-speed turns, that's where they're going to wear out the most. Soft tires are great in low-speed turns. You know, you love them around Monaco, you love them around Singapore. Medium tires are great too, but the hard tires apparently have seemed to work out today, and that was something I was really unexpected to see. Obviously, 007 Skywalker has seen the fact that he is running on medium tires, and he's been on those tires longer than anybody's been on hard tires. So, really interesting to see that Sequit has apparently made his position known. TCR Breezy with those 12 laps on those hard tires. Let's see if he can maybe move up one position here. He's got 4 laps to go with a couple seconds to make up, so it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's still a turn towards the end of this race, especially with everybody running on slightly older sets of tires than they did in the first couple of stints. And I also noticed one thing, especially around China, as the car gets lighter with the fuel load lowering down towards the end of the race, it almost, you know, urges you on. It just wants to go faster and faster, but you forget after about a lap or so of going really fast that my tires, I gotta watch for those temperatures. They actually do things nowadays in F1 2020, whereas in F1 2019, I feel like unless you were driving like an idiot, you could keep your tires pretty much within a perfect working range at almost like, you know, 99% of the time. Nowadays, though, tire pressures make a difference. How you drive the car makes a difference. Your braking actually makes a difference. I've noticed that as well, that, you know, if I brake really aggressively and I miss my braking points into a couple of corners, that can overheat my front tires quite quickly.
I have to agree with you 100% on that. As far as braking zones and then losing weight in the car, losing a front end off a car, yeah, you're going to, you know, you're going to lock up a little bit more. Your rear tires are going to spin more because you don't have that downforce. You don't have that weight pushing down on the car in the first place. So I think F1 2020 has done a great job with the physics of how, you know, a real car would react, a real F1 car would react to the situations with the fuel load, like you were just talking about. How much weight does the car have? The downforce going over the car. With that, so yeah, and even with a little bit of a front damaged wing, you're going to get less downforce, which means when you brake, you have a higher a chance of locking up just a little bit because that tire is not really sinking to the tarmac or the concrete or the whatever you're driving around. So yeah, great input there, great insight there. Love to hear that from you guys. But yeah, everybody's in the top 5 are running on hard tires, and they're all within, you know, 19, 18, 15 laps on those hard tires. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I really think TCR Breezy is going to have the best tire at the moment. So I'm watching him. I'm going to ride on board with him.
He's already within that DRS.
And get into second place here. He's already in a podium. I think he's got the better tires out there at the moment.
But he's within the DRS zone of... Yeah, he's within the DRS zone of Kersey now. He just broke into the DRS zone of Kersey on the previous lap, doing a very good job there. And now it's all just going to be down to him trying to close in on Kersey in front, and he might take second instead of third. I would definitely go for second if I can get it. It's not a huge difference in points. I really noticed that, you know, coming first and coming second, that is such a huge difference of those 7 points. But now, there we go. Breezy is going to go around the inside now of Kersey into turn 14. Is Kersey going to defend? He is going to defend into the inside of the corner now. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy there, but Breezy goes into second place now.
I definitely have to say something. Everybody that's watching on YouTube, everybody watching at home, that is how you fight. That's how you battle. I mean, you always have to leave space. And
they're battling again now into turn 1.
Again. So, you know, never give up, but you have to defend your position, and that's allowed. But at the same time, you can't just screw somebody over, which neither of these drivers did. They left each other space. They raced very, very well with each other, against each other. I just think Breezy's got a little better tire compound at the moment, and is much better off with his tires. But again, Kersey has many opportunities to come back.
Oh no, Nelsy baby has just gotten damaged. He ran into the back of Seafreeze. We got a message there for a second that Seafreeze is disconnected from the session. He might be having connection issues like we had earlier on in the race as well, but Nelsy baby is not going to be happy with that. I was going to say that there was another battle turning out to be very interesting here towards the end of the races. We're now on lap 27 of 28, but Nelsy baby unfortunately now is going to have to struggle a little bit and try to bring that car into the right line on the track with old hard tires and a damaged front wing. He is going to have the DRS run right now on Seafreeze. I'm not sure if Seafreeze is disconnected. It is showing him currently disconnected, but I'm not sure if that is...
I can't invite him either. I'm really sorry about that, but I can't.
Yeah, I think probably he said that his power cut out, so that is very unfortunate for him. As Nelzy Baby now goes down the inside of it, Seafreeze, and moves himself up into 4th position. Let's go back to Kersey and Breezy. This battle is now on lap 28 of 28. This is it. This is the final lap, and Kersey is going to be fighting everything he's got with everything that's left in that AlphaTauri. He's going to be fighting for that second step on that podium. But Breezy, I'm sure he's not going to make it easy. And Breezy has also got a better tire right now. He's only done 16 laps on that tire. Whereas Kersey and Sequid, who I just have to say, what an incredible job.
Sequid, what an incredible race.
7 seconds,
yeah,
7 seconds in front of everybody else on an older tire than everybody else. Just absolutely started on pole, led pretty much throughout the whole race until he had to pit. Absolutely incredible, and he's fully deserving of this win here today, especially after what happened to him last week. Very unfortunate incident, had nothing to do with it, just got collected by somebody who was in the way. Sequid is now into the last straight, on the back straight right now, into the last few corners left here in China in round 2. Kersey and Breezy are still fighting, but I don't think Kersey is going to be close enough on this occasion. Behind him, Chatty Duck. Chatty Duck is going to try and overtake Seafreeze as well. Seafreeze is going to lose another position in the meantime, and Sequid is now coming across the line, and there he goes and wins the Chinese Grand Prix in Season 10 of TCR Platinum Class. Breezy in 2nd, Kersey in 3rd. Nelzy Baby, what a great recovery from him after a little bit of trouble in the race. He is going to finish in 4th. He's weaving across the line. He's definitely happy with that. Chatty Duck in 5th. Seafreeze with a disconnection late in the race, lost 2 positions and dropped down to 6th, unfortunately. KGB Angel, Black Angel in 7th. Fike in 8th, even though he was running most of the time for the first half of this race around 2nd or 3rd. 007 Skywalker had an early incident and dropped down the grid. He finishes in 9th. Mick Marcotti in 10th takes the last point away. And then we've got Sean, who again started off well, had a great qualifying, but again trouble in the race, and he's only going to be 11th. Go-To Guy 12th, GTR Lion 13th, Tasmanian Devil 14th, Damaso 15th. W and End of the World are going to round out this race here today. But on the top step, wow, this guy is definitely doing almost like the same job as Hamilton has in the first season, right? Coming second.
Absolutely. I mean, Sequid been phenomenal. Last couple of races, he has dominated very, very well. But I mean, again, as far as driver of the day, I've got to give it to TCR Breezy. Starting 15th, didn't have a good qualifying run, but again, finished 2nd, moved up 16, 15 spots, and finished 2nd on the podium. So well done by TCR Breezy. But again, Sequid, fantastic drive from him. Absolutely amazing. He's been dominating the league. He started on pole. Lost a little bit in Bahrain. I made it up here in China, in Shanghai. So well done. Great drive.
Yeah, Sequid is on the top step. He's the winner here tonight, doing an absolutely incredible job. Qualifying on pole, pretty much staying out in front of everyone else for the most of the race, and winning the race at the end of it, doing a very good job here tonight, and very deserving of that. Breezy is driver of the day, both from Fabregas and from Codemasters, going from 17th on the grid all the way up into 2nd. Kersey in 3rd. Nelzy Baby in 4th, Chatty Duck in 5th, Seafreeze 6th, unfortunately with a late disconnection there. Black Angel in 7th, Fike 8th, 007 Skywalker in 9th. Mick Marcotti is going to take the last point in this race, and then Sean, Go-To Guy, GTR Lion, Tasmanian Devil, Damaso, End of the World, and W are going to be towards the back of this race. So go ahead and invite Sequid, Breezy, and Kersey into the session so we can start talking to them, and we will hear from our drivers here from the podium directly. We will hear how they feel this race went from them and what got them this win and the podium here today. Everybody who's watching, what an incredible race it's been. Leave us a comment about what you think about the race, and if you have any questions for our podium finishers, I would love to ask them any questions that you like. Of course, keep it appropriate, but we're gonna wait until our podium finishers get in here, which shouldn't be long now, and I'm really excited to hear what they will have to say.
Yeah,
And
we've got
here is
Secret in
Secret.
here right now, so go ahead and ask him some questions so I can get Seafreeze in here.
Alrighty, well, Secret, congratulations, man. What a great performance from you. You got the pole again here, 2 times, 2 rounds in a row. You also finally got the win, which I really feel, it was super unfortunate last week. It got away from you for absolutely no fault of your own, just being, collected by Fatal there when he was rejoining the track. But today, it looked like everything worked out pretty well for you. You had a beautiful gap at the end of the race, but tell us how it felt from your perspective.
For me, I didn't really expect to get pole at China. Not as good as Bahrain because the practice wasn't there before the session started, but happy I managed to get pole by 3/10, and yeah, the race was pretty simple. Sean was in the Ferrari was giving me a run for my money in that second stint as well as the first stint. He made a mistake, spun, and from there I knew I had the gap. Just had to keep the tires alive, and yeah, it was a pretty simple win from there. I really didn't panic as much as I used to, so just went with the flow and took the victory.
Fabregas, did you have any questions for our winner?
Well, I mean, I wanted to ask how did it feel to actually get a good win there. I mean, obviously with what happened last week, do you feel it was deserved?
I mean, I've gotten a win in Platinum before and a couple in Golden, so I know what it is. I know what it's like. It's just been a long streak without a win, and I know this season I've been really trying hard to see if I can get up on that top step finally again. And it's crazy because this race was not one on my high list going into the season, but it looks to me that maybe certain races that I don't think I have a chance and I do, so I'm just happy that I got the victory here. Still got a long season ahead, got to look forward to that, and just go race by race.
Well, you are taking the driver championship lead here today with this win, and because Seafreeze and Tasmanian Devil did not really have a very good race here today, unfortunately, of course, Seafreeze disconnected very late into the race. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but
Yeah.
now that you're in the driver championship lead, are you gonna practice for next week finally? Are you gonna get prepared for the next one, or are you gonna go with a spontaneous sort of approach like you did tonight?
It wasn't a spontaneous sort of approach, I would say, because I did practice. I did do like 2 practice sessions and qualifying and stuff. It was just, as I didn't do as much as Bahrain. For Japan, I believe is next week. It is going to be a very tricky race. I can finally say that I think my run of good fortune is not going to end in terms of point scoring, because my goal is to get a point every single race this season. But I definitely know Japan's one that I really struggle with, and we're just going to have to work and see what I can do.
Well, congratulations again on the win. Do we have anyone else? Do we have Breezy with us?
Oh yeah,
I try to get
shout out to
Breezy, and I
Breezy.
try to get
Yeah.
somebody else in here with us.
Do
but
we
they
have
did not join.
Kersey? No. Is it just ourselves and Secret right now?
Yeah, it just is. I tried to get everybody else in here, but they did not join.
I see. Well, I guess maybe second and third, maybe they might be in a different party, or maybe they're just not up for talking at the moment, which is completely fine. But I do want to thank Secret for joining us for the post-race interviews. It was a very exciting race. Congratulations on that win again. Good luck in the rest of the season as well.
Thank you so much, guys.
Alright, well then, I guess if we're not gonna get the other guys into the party right now, I do want to thank Fabregas for joining me again in the commentator booth tonight. How you feeling about commentating in TCR so far? How are you liking it?
I think it's very awesome. I can't say anything else. That to me to actually even watch guys be able to race with nice racing etiquette, and it's been a pleasure all around. Even commentating with you and listening to you and talking to you, yeah, I'm very, very humble about it. I can't say anything better than the fact that it's just been a huge pleasure for me and a huge honor to even be a part of it.
Well, doesn't look like anybody else is joining, but thank you so much for all of those kind words from Fabregas. Hoping to see you back in the commentator booth with us soon again. We're going to try and do some possible shuffling around. I want to see how maybe some of our other commentators work together and see if we can get different sort of tones and voices into different classes. But
definitely. Yeah. We should do that. Like, I would love to, maybe go to, do a silver and then have somebody from gold come here and then somebody from here go there to gold or something like that. I think that would be awesome.
Exactly. So, just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been watching our stream, or our 2 streams tonight, unfortunately, because we did have that incident. By the way, I'm actually getting a message from Secret right now that he's saying Kersey and Breezy are both waiting for an invite. Do you want to throw them a quick invite right now? We'll see if maybe we can get them into the session here.
Secret and Breezy are still waiting for an invite.
No, Breezy and Kersey. And I actually put them into the suggested list there, into the party as well, so see if maybe you can throw them a quick invite and we'll hear from them as well.
Yep, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Alright. Oh,
I think that worked
there
out.
We go. Let's see if they're gonna join up now. Thank you so much to Sequid as well for letting us know. He jumped off the stream quickly to let them know. There is Breezy. Breezy, hey, congratulations on a podium finish here tonight. After what happened to you last week, you had that crash and unfortunately crashed out of the race. I pretty much labeled that as the champion crashes out in round 1. That must have really hurt. Does this today make up for it at all?
Sure. I'm just trying to get all my crashes out at the beginning of the season, I guess. Yeah, so I figured I'd crash out of quali as well.
Oh, is that what happened here today?
Yeah, it was actually a start of my first qualifying lap, and I just hit the curbing a little wrong and set me right into the wall. So that was my qualifying.
So how did you recover all the way back to second then? What really played, well, I'm guessing it was probably the tires, but what really played key for that?
Really, I think just picking which lap to pit on. I knew roughly where I would come out when I pit lap 10. I knew that I was going to be just ahead of Go-To Guy or be racing him out of the exit, and KGB was kind of holding me up through turn 1, turn 2. Everywhere else he was fast, so it was really hard to pass him, so I decided to just give it up and go for the undercut. So change, just kind of had to base my strategy around everyone else, and then yeah, the setup felt good. I was able to make passes down the straight, so kind of helped.
Well, I think you just answered my question I was going to ask, is Breezy, how did you deal with coming out into traffic and then trying to get around it? And then I want to move that into the same question that I would ask Kersey.
Oh, so like I said, I was able to miss traffic coming out of the pit for a while, so I had pretty clean air until I got to like the top 4 people and just kind of waited for them to have high tire wear to make those passes. But to answer your question.
And then Kersey, how was your race? Coming out and finishing in the top 5, well done. And how'd you feel about it?
For me, I thought I did a little better than I was expecting. I was very caught off guard with the strategy this week because I didn't even know like softs were a viable option until like yesterday, I think. So I started doing some soft runs. I did a lot of runs on the medium hard strategy, so I was pretty uncomfortable with on the first stint. I was still trying to learn how the car would kind of react to some things in the tire wear and that kind of stuff. So I think given I was pretty unprepared with this strategy, I thought I did pretty well, especially after losing I think 3 positions on the start, and I don't feel like it was quite maximized. I think I could have held P2. I made a mistake on like lap 22 or 23 or something like that. I went on the curb and lost about a second to Breezy, so I felt like I could have held off P2 maybe, but given how unprepared I was, I'm still happy with the podium for sure.
Yeah, and this is gonna do very well for you in the Drivers' Championship standings because last week you finished 5th and you got those 10 points to your name, but your own teammate here today finished 6th. Go-to guy was, I think, at 8th or 9th, somewhere around there. Tasmanian Devil did not have a good race, so Sequid is going to jump Seafreeze, but it looks like you're going to jump Seafreeze, your own teammate here, today with this podium finish. And are you hopeful for this season, or is there a rivalry between yourself and Seafreeze within the team, or are you guys working together?
We'll kind of see, because we know teammates can kind of go at it, but we'll kind of see how the season goes. At the moment, we're kind of focused on the team championship. We felt like there was very much unfinished business from last season. We had a lot of roadblocks from our championship for last season, so we're pretty focused on the team championship. But yeah, I'm happy with the points I'll get today. I think the pace in general on this game is a little better than I thought. I thought I showed that in Bahrain. And yeah, I know you don't win a championship by winning every single race. Is through consistency and that kind of stuff. So if I can get a podium on a track like this where I'm not that great, and Bahrain crossing the line in P1, it's looking alright so far. The next couple tracks I do like, so I'm happy to get the chunk of points I got off the 2 tracks where I'm really not that strong at.
All right. Well,
I agree with that. I think China is probably one of the most difficult tracks on the schedule with Monaco and Singapore and stuff like that. How do you feel? What track are you looking forward to, and which track are you not looking forward to?
I'm not sure there's a particular track where I'm constantly looking forward to. I am a big fan of Silverstone, but I guess who isn't? I'm happy that if anything, the 100% race will be at Silverstone, so I am looking forward to that. And actually, since I'm still like fairly new to an F1 game in general, last game was my first game. I don't think I've ever done a league race at Monaco, and nor have I really had the patience to kind of get used to getting around it. So I guess there's no running away from it this season. So I think that'll probably be probably the toughest one on the calendar for me. I haven't done any laps around Vietnam yet, but that also looks like a tough track.
All right, Breezy, same question.
Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to Vietnam at the moment. That one, I kind of feel like in the same boat as Kersey with Monaco. I've done like a handful of laps there and hate it so far. Kind of reminds me of a Baku situation, and I suck at
Well,
Baku.
again, I definitely want to ask this question based on Platinum Class, where there's obviously no assist, right?
Right.
So you don't get racing line or anything like that. So, I mean, what track is it that you're dreading the most?
I'm no longer really driving any other track than what's on the calendar the week of. I don't really have time to play the game too much just to have fun at the moment, other than league racing itself. So really, it'll just be the tracks that I'm already good at, which is going to be your driver tracks like China, Japan. Singapore is really fun. I'm really good at that one. Really anything with a lot of technical turns, I tend to excel. But places like Baku, where it's like you're inches away from the wall and you can't really push the car too well, I struggle.
all right.
So.
Well, I do want to say thank you to all of our drivers. Congratulations to all of you guys finishing on the podium. I think all of you have done an incredible job to make it to the podium in tonight's race. It was very tricky, and it took a lot of strategizing and some good overtakes, which is not something that you really get a lot of chances for here in Japan. So again, congratulations to all of you, and good luck in the rest of the season. I think we're gonna end it off here. I know we went a little bit over our regular time because of us waiting for our podium finishers to get into the stream, but now that we have done that, Again, thank you, Fabregas, for joining me again tonight here in the booth. Huge thank you to all of our viewers, everybody who sent in your comments. You guys are absolutely amazing. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, check out all of our social media pages. We've been posting a lot more videos on our YouTube channel as well, so you'll be seeing things like highlights from this week, pole lap from this week as well. Sequid, make sure that you send that in to me, and yeah, you'll see a bunch more content coming out in the next little while. We're working very hard on that, and thank you to everybody who's working on the background to make sure that this league works like it does every single week with all 3 classes and everybody else here. Massive thank you to everybody, and a huge thank you to our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. Check out the link in the description if you are thinking of getting some equipment from them, because that might help out our league as well. So, from BLIN-MACHINE and Fabregas and all of our drivers from the Platinum class of TCR Season 10, I want to thank you guys so much for watching our stream tonight. Thank you also for rejoining back to the stream after disconnected. Again, I really apologize for that, but we will be back here next week on Tuesday with Silver class for round 3 in Japan. It is definitely going to be exciting. I love Suzuka, so we will see you there next week. Have a great night.